everyone. Today we are making something practical and magical. But before we get started, I just wanted to welcome all of you who are new here and to say thanks so much for all the lovely comments. Seeing that kind of atmosphere and enthusiasm truly inspires me. If you enjoy crafts and handmade, chances are you've tried your hand at sewing at least a little. So why not create a fun little setup and cozy atmosphere for your creative corner? I choose a hedgehog because, to be honest, I find it hard to poke pins into most animals, really. But with a hedgehog, it feels like I'm playing with its quills. The inspiration for this came from this one here, which I made about a few years ago using the paper mache technique. And as you can see, it's a bit different, mostly in the texture, and it's a bit larger. So let's take a quick look at the supplies and materials we will be using today. The tools and materials will be listed in a video, and at the end this section I'll include a complete list so you can pause and see everything in one place. The recipe for cornstarch glue will be in the comments down below. The next video will be dedicated entirely to glues that you can use for spun cotton, and in that video I'll share a new project that you might find both interesting and useful. Also, in the upcoming videos I plan for us to work a bit without using aluminum foil for the structure, and instead of a foil we'll see how everything works using wire or just wool cotton instead. So we are making hedgehog, but you can choose any other character or animal by following the same logic that I will show you here. I think it might be interesting to see maybe a goose or a hen, although, as I mentioned, scenes with needles stuck into an animal's body are disturbing to me, but maybe if the character's facial expression were painted in the cartoonish style with some kind of a cute facial expression, it could be even fun, maybe. Anyway, there's no limits in this, so you can just forget about my opinion and you will create what you want and like, so that is always the best way. If you decide to make a miniature, it might be a good idea to add a small metal plate or a coin at the base to help it stand more firmly, because these are very light. We will start with the fabric. Fold your piece in half and then in half again and cut as shown. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but try to get it roughly close. The diameter on my examples is approximately 10 centimeters or 4 inches, and the smallest version, you will see later, has 5 to 6 centimeters. That would be around 2.5 inch. Thread your needle and tie a knot at the end. Start stitching up and down along the edge of the fabric, and once you've gathered the whole circle, start stuffing it until you get a little dome-shaped cushion. Then pull the thread tight to close it up, secure it with a few stitches, tie a knot, and that part is done. Here I'm showing what the foil base look like, which we are about to sculpt. One of these already has ears shaped from foil, while the other does not, and in that case we'll add the ears later by sculpting them out of wool cotton. Now I'm showing you the example for the smallest hedgehog, so I'm embedding a coin into the base right away to make it more stable. I imagined this little one rearing up on its hind legs, and based on that I shaped the front part of the body to be slightly raised. For those watching this technique for the first time, the next step is applying cotton over the foil base. We glue on small pieces of cotton, brushing them with glue as we go until the entire surface is covered and the foil is no longer visible. I will talk a little while you are watching. After that, I usually let the figure dry completely and then apply another layer of cotton to make the surface more nicer and smoother. Here where I live, it's full summer and the temperatures are quite high. reaching up to and beyond 100 Fahrenheit, so these little figures dry very quickly. I'd say they're almost completely dry in about 2 hours under this kind of sun. Yes, it's that hot. Under more normal temperatures, it usually takes at least 12 hours for the cotton to dry. Yes, so usually 12 to 24 hours to dry, unless you are using the oven if you want to speed up a little that process. Now I'm shaping the ears out of a cotton. Once you make one that's round and slightly indented, secure it in place using cotton and glue from all sides. You can also use a cotton pad for this by cutting out a small circle and attaching it in the same way. I love when everything is hand-shaped because then we can really talk about art, but using simpler methods is totally valid, especially in the beginning. Over time, your hands will naturally start moving toward more complex process. I really try to keep these examples as simple and fun as possible. And as this channel grows, I plan to introduce more advanced examples too. At least that is my idea. I don't know what you think about that plan. As for the painting part, I'm leaving that part up to your own personal wishes. I originally planned for mine to be way more light and pastel with colors, but something else came across the mind, so I decided to mix cocoa and hot water to create natural brown shades for coloring. You'll see that a bit later. And in the meantime, I had made a little lace trim detail, which I dyed also and gathered. And I also changed my mind about the tiniest cushion, and I dyed him at brown as well. So just go ahead and surprise yourself with ideas. You will also notice that I've changed my mind about one of the cushions. I ended up liking the idea of giving one of the hedgehogs a gingham pattern. I have changing my mind a lot this time. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the lace, to be honest, and I think I could have made this one a bit better. My focus tends to slip a little when I'm filming. It is such a different way of working, and sometimes it shows. So I made these 3 little hedgehog pincushions. Now there is no excuse for losing pins or endlessly searching them. I hope you had fun and that you'll try making your own version. Either way, it's a useful little thing. If you find this fun and charming, you can check out my other spun cotton videos. And if you have questions, do ask. I'm sending you a lots of sunny greetings and hugs, and I'll see you soon. Bye!